This is why there's no reason for you as a man to qualify for her. Do not become that guy. We have already acquired a perspective from one lady about what women in Russia want in men, or what Russian girls seek in men. Today we have a similar video, but it will serve us as an analysis to decode what really happens behind the curtain. What is the motivation for different criteria that women put on men? If you live in a westernized part of the world, this may come as a shock to you, or a very odd point of view. But don't fret, I've got you. This kind of a mindset have been prevalent in all of the world before the modernization and dispersing the traditional values. The whole purpose, the intent of this video is to just understand, see the intricacies, small nuances, details, and paint the bigger picture of what women seek in men.
Hello guys, my name is Vera, I'm from Russia, and today I will share with you some tips about first date with Russian girl. So it might be quite a challenge for some foreigners to have a Russian girlfriend, because Russian girls, they are a little bit different to European girls and Asian girls and all other girls in the world, so we have some specific features.
Aren't you all, my darling, aren't you all special and beautiful and unique as you are?
And I will tell you some of them in this video. So first of all, typical Russian girl will pretend that you will pay for a date. It's something very common in Russia that typical Russian girl think that if you propose a date for girls, so you are going to pay for this date. So you pay for food, or if you ask her to go to theater or cinema or somewhere, you will pay for tickets. A Russian girl will wait for it.
So let me try to clarify and decode what she really means here. She says that a Russian woman will expect you as a man to pay for the date, because if you ask her out, it's more than fair that you pay the bill for the meal and for the theater or movies or whatever the first date might be. And I have no beef with that statement. But let's take a deeper look, unpack this package of great advice for men. First of all, this video is from 2016 and a little bit outdated. Second of all, this is kind of unsynchronized with the whole world, the whole transformation and change that has happened with internet, with social media. Back in 2016, maybe Instagram wasn't that big of a deal, but it kinda was on the rise. What I'm getting at is that these traditional values were very much called for, because trying to build a relationship, a family, women take more risks than men. Back in the day, men were the breadwinners and women were gambling by putting all their bet on one man, because if that man didn't pan out to be the perfect guy for her, she risked to be a single mother, which would put a shame on her and also would make it harder for her to provide for herself. This is why asking a woman on a date is an outdated concept. It puts you in a position as a man where you have to prove yourself to her as a woman. That she's more valuable than you. And yet again, back in the day, she was taking much more risk, and this is why she had to qualify you by going on several dates. But today, it's not the same story. Most women in the westernized part of the world are able to make their own money, which takes off huge burden from a man's shoulders, and simultaneously making the woman more independent. This is why there's no reason for you as a man to qualify for her. Although I would say if you're asking out first, then it's more than fair to pay for the bill. Do not become that guy. Personally, I would say that if a woman asks me out, makes an effort to pay for my meal, I wouldn't mind. Not because of equality, but because I don't care. Let her do her thing and try to prove herself to me. Then I have the upper hand because I know her intentions. All in all, that kind of a mindset, that kind of a dynamic is on the verge to vanish. It is still prevalent in Eastern Europe and more traditional countries, but you know where we're headed.
So next thing is a enter gift. A lot of Russian girls think that the first date is already a romantic date. It's something with romantic. So she would like to get some nice gift for this first date. This might be flowers, this might be something nice, not expensive but sweet, nice. So it's not good to come to a first date without anything. I'm not talking about every and each girl in Russia and in the world who is Russian. But this is most typical. It will be nice.
And also, I forgot to mention in the previous point that this puts her in the position where she feels special. And the same goes for giving gifts. It makes her feel special. But you have to understand that she feels special each and every day when she gets Tinder matches, likes and comments on her Instagram page, or maybe even on her TikTok account. You're not impressing her by giving flowers or chocolate or some other gifts. What you're doing is telling to her that you value her too much, which will lower your value in her eyes, meaning that you don't have other options, and this is why you put all your eggs in the same basket. Sad but true, this is the new era that we live in. The more certain thing that you can impress her with is your mindset, your attitude, your aura, your demeanor, your assertiveness, your confidence, soft skills, not materialistic ones, because she got plenty of those. And let me tell you, there are a lot of men who are willing to give her gifts without any agenda or wanting something back. If I remember correctly, that is what we call simping.
Next thing is that the first date for Russian girl doesn't mean that she will like you. I mean, first date, it's only first date, and if she meets you and if she go out with you, it doesn't mean that she already loves you. It's not true. She might not like you at all. I mean, at the end of the day, she might decide that you are way too different and she doesn't want to spend any time more with you. It's okay. Don't be don't be sad about that. I mean, it's just normal that people might not like each other at the end of the day. It's okay. So I mean, first date, it doesn't mean that at the end of this date she will kiss you or she will have any sex with you. Not at all.
I mean, I don't think many guys think like that, but what do I know? I mean, she's the one dating men, not me. This point is very obvious to me, of course, but I guess there are a lot of men who lack social calibration to understand these small nuances. But also, I think she prepares you to be a meal hoe, as we call it, because there are a lot of women who go on a date or go out to clubs specifically knowing that dudes will pay and they are not obligated to give you any attention for that, which is fine and dandy, but you have to know that those kind of women exist. And also, in my personal experience, I've been together with one woman who, after several months into dating, told me that the reason she went out with me because she was bored. But of course, later on, she couldn't resist my fine looks and boyish charms, so yeah, you get the picture. Jokes aside, this is why many men complain about women living on an easy mode. And it's true to some extent, but you should always treat every person individually.
The first date for Russian girl is just meeting, where she decides does she like you or not, and is there any sparkles, you know? And will she go with you to your next date? So typically, it's not the best time to kiss. It's not the best time to make any steps at the first date.
She's of course romanticizing the whole dating thing, and we are long gone from that kind of a dynamic between men and women. As of today, we don't date. We go out with someone, and if there's kind of a chemistry, my place, your place, maybe next time, or dependent on the circumstances, maybe a kiss or a fisting. No, I'm just joking. I would also say that these kind of videos make me nostalgic, brings back memories, thinking back and reflecting on good old days, without any internet, without any Instagram, making the whole women and men thing more mysterious. But truth be told, I'd rather be informed than live in a fantasy. If you have missed the previous video on how to treat Russian women, watch it here. Have you had experience with an Eastern European woman? How did it go? Tell me in the comments section. But for now, Hossein, out.